In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a private group in Google Plus that will have the facility to allow group members to post anonymously. We called this GP Confidential when we used it successfully to enable peer mentorship amongst a group of GPs. So the process involves firstly setting up Google and Google Plus accounts. I'm not going to focus on that during this video. But what I am going to show you is how to create a GP Confidential community, how to then add members, how to create the anonymous page that you'll need to allow anonymous posting, and then I'm going to show you how to actually make posts. Firstly, as said, I'm going to assume that you already have a Google and a Google Plus account, and if you're unsure how to do that, there are plenty of guides available on YouTube and elsewhere. So I'm going to start with showing you how to create the community itself. Firstly, go to the Google Plus website. Just type plus.google.com into the browser bar and up pops the Google Plus page. And you should see something very similar to this in the top left-hand corner of the page. Then drag your cursor over to the home icon on the top left, just below the Google Plus symbol. A drop-down menu will then appear. Pull the cursor down the list and click on Communities. Then you get a page a little bit like this. These are the communities that are on my screen. Click on the Create Community button. Then you get this screen pop up. Fairly simple. Just type, give your group a name. I've called this group GP Confidential 1. You'll probably want to change the group permissions. Well, you almost certainly will. So where the default is no anyone can join, click on that and then select yes anyone can ask to join. Once you've done that, click on the Create Community button. What I suggest you do now is take the opportunity to set up a main discussion category or area of your group. If you see the left-hand side of the screen now and click on Discussion, you then have the opportunity to change the name of that main group. Discussion is a bit vague. I would suggest you call that Cases, and that can be where members can post their main cases for discussion. So that's going to be the heart of the community probably. And then I suggest you add other categories. This is what worked for us anyway. For us, we set up an admin category just for discussion of how to administer the group itself. And then we had a how was it for you group. So after discussion of cases, we would debrief how it went and whether whether the format or the ground rules or whatever of the group needs to be changed. That was a useful facility. And then just a more general group that would be for much less structured discussions, which we called chat. That was what worked for us anyway. You then get the opportunity to share the community that you've just created. I'm going to suggest that you don't do that at this stage, just press the cancel button. Okay, so you've set up the community. Now you're ready to add members. So go back to the community page. It should still be on the screen. And on the right-hand side there, you've got the Invite People button. Click on that. And then in the next screen, you have the opportunity to add members. Just click on that To window, and then you can start typing the name of other people that you want to invite to the group. Now they already have to have Google Plus accounts, and as you type their name, as long as they've got a public profile, their name should pop up below. If you're having trouble finding the people that you want to add, you may want to ask them to add you to their circles and vice versa. And if you're not sure what that means, there's plenty of help available on Google Plus um, to help you do that. But hopefully the names of the groups, the members that you want to invite will pop up as you type. And as you do, you just click on their names. Obviously, it helps if they have a photograph of themselves so that you can identify them more easily. Okay, simple as that. And you keep doing that with as many members as you want to add. We had 10 members in our group. Um, um, I would suggest you may want to look at having a few more to have a more free-flowing conversation. Maybe about twice that number would work best for you. So the next stage is to create the anonymous page. Now this is relatively straightforward, a little bit fiddly, so I'll just step you through. So, in your Google Plus window, the top left-hand corner of the screen, you've got that icon there. It may have depending on what you've just been doing, it may have a slightly different icon, but click on that anyway, or put the mouse over that, and then the drop-down menu that you've seen before will come down. Click on Pages. Then you see this screen on the right-hand side of the page. You'll see the Get Your Page button. Click on that. Then this window pops up. Choose a business type. I'm not sure this makes an awful lot of difference, to be honest. For the purposes of this demonstration, I've clicked on Brand. And then up pops this window. Create your Google Plus page. Give it a name. I've called it GP Anonymous 1 to match the GP Confidential 1 name of the group. You can call it what you like, as long as your other group members will be able to recognise it. And then if you specify type of page, it doesn't really fit into any of the specified types, so I've selected the other. Okay, then you have the opportunity to tour Google My Business. I suggest you decline that kind of invitation. Okay, so then you get this page. This is the page you've just created, the GP Anonymous 1 page. If you see on the top right-hand corner, there's a cogwheel icon that Google tends to call a gear icon. If you put the cursor over that and you get the drop-down menu and click on Settings. Next step is to add managers to the page. Now these will be all the members of your group. Whoever is a manager of the page can post in Google Plus as that page rather than using their own identity. So click on Managers there, and in the next screen, click on the Add Managers button. At the moment, of course, you will be the only manager, as I am there. And here we are. You have this box here, and just as you added members to your group, you can add individuals who are members of your group to be managers. Just type their names in as before, and click on their names as it pops up. Then add all the other members of your group that you want to invite to be managers of your page. In the same way, click on that Add More People text in the box and add them just as you did the first member. When every member of your group is in that box, click on the Invite button. Okay, so the next stage is then to associate the GP Anonymous 1 page with the group. Now, at the moment, you're using Google Plus as GP Anonymous 1. So, and remember that GP Confidential 1 only has you as the member at the moment. So on behalf of GP Anonymous 1, you're going to have to find GP Confidential 1 on Google Plus. So if you click in the search box there and type in GP Confidential 1 and then press the search button. Then you can filter the search results by communities. Click on the Communities tab. And with a bit of luck, up will pop your GP Confidential 1. Remember that you'll only be able to find it if you've specified in, right at the start when you set up the group that it should be a closed group and not a private group. That can be changed later, but setting it up as a closed group will make it easier to find. So there it is there. Just a quick reminder, I've circled GP Anonymous 1 at the top right hand corner of the screen just to remind you that you're using Google Plus as GP Anonymous 1. And then on behalf of GP Anonymous 1, you can ask to join GP Confidential 1. So if you look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen there, there's the Ask to Join button. Just click on. Okay, so then you want to switch back, switch out of being GP Anonymous 1. So put your cursor over to the top right-hand corner of the screen. GP Anonymous 1 has that fascinating blue icon. Just put the cursor over that icon. And then in the drop-down list that appears, go back and click your own name so you can go back to using as yourself. And now you'll be using Google Plus as yourself again, and remember that you're currently the only administrator of GP Confidential 1. So in that capacity, you can see that GP Anonymous 1 has applied to join the group. So you can click on Approve there. Okay, so that's the tricky bit. Hopefully you've followed me thus far, and you're pretty much good to go. So let's just show you how to make an anonymous post, and then how to make an open reply. So at the moment, I'm going to assume that you're still using Google Plus in your own account. So if you look at my screen there, the top right-hand corner of my browser window there, you'll see my name is in text beside all those icons, and my icon is in the very top right-hand corner. Just as you've done before, put your mouse cursor over your icon. When the drop-down menu appears, run the cursor down and select the GP Anonymous 1 line that appears, and then you'll switch to use Plus as GP Anonymous 1. You want to go back and find your community, the GP Confidential 1 community. So go to the top left-hand corner of the screen, find that drop-down menu, and bring the cursor down to click on Communities. And if the previous step was successful and you had managed to allow GP Anonymous 1 to join the GP Confidential 1 group, on the following screen, you'll see the confirmation top right-hand corner that you're using Google Plus as GP Anonymous 1, and in the main area of the screen, confirmation that GP Anonymous 1 has joined GP Confidential 1. I click on that. Okay, so now you're in the group GP Confidential 1 as GP Anonymous 1. And you have a box in the center of the screen that gives you the opportunity to make a post. So just click on that text box. I personally would recommend putting a fairly vague message in the first box that appears when you're posting a case. Think of it like a title. And so I've just given a very brief title, Tough House Call. Perhaps I've just come home from a day at work, and I've had exactly that. I've had a house call that I found challenging, and so I just put that title in the text box. And you see below the icons there's a to box, and you have the opportunity to select a category. You'll remember that we set up a number of categories before, and this is a case for discussion, so I would suggest that you select the cases category. Once you've done that, just click on the share button, and that will to the group, and there it is. Okay. Now the advantage of just putting the title in the screen there is that a passerby can't see the whole post quite so easily. You're still using Google Plus, the GP Confidential 1 community as GP Anonymous 1. And so you can go ahead and describe your case. Say what you need to say. Get off your chest. What you need to share. What you need help with. So underneath the Tough House Call title, there's a comment box. Click on that, and you can just type out the case. And Google Plus really has no limit. I'm sure there probably is a limit, but I don't know what it is. I haven't encountered it yet. You can make the post just about as long as you like. Okay, and then click on the post comment button. All right, so that's it. You've posted your case anonymously in the private group. To go back to using Google Plus as yourself, again, you go back to the top right-hand corner of the browser window, find that funny blue icon, put your cursor over it, run it down, find your own name in the drop-down list, click on it, and you're back to using Google Plus as yourself. And assuming you're still in the GP Confidential 1 community, if you're not, you'll have to go back and find it in the way that I've shown you earlier. You, or indeed probably make more sense for another group member in reality, can now respond to the initial post. And there we go, you'll see below the GP Anonymous 1 post, I've clicked in the comment box below that, and you'll see you'll be able to check that you're posting as yourself because your icon will be beside the post. Once you've replied as you see fit, then you can post your copy. And there it is. I hope that's been clear. Just to recap, the process is that you've set up a Google Plus and a Google Plus account. And in the course of this video, I've shown you how to create a private Google Plus community, which we've called GP Confidential 1. We've then added members to that community, created an anonymous page to allow anonymous postings by those members within the community, and then I've shown you how to post either anonymously or openly in the community.